Hey, how's it going? If you're new here, my name is Jan and I love makeup. And if you're not new, thanks for coming back. I really appreciate you. Obviously, today's video is episode 149 in the Throwback Thursday series I'm doing using old makeups. Not oogie old, just not talked about old. And today is an extra special one because I'm collabing with our Nikki Lynn here on the YouTubes. We try to collab semi-regularly. When she can fit an old lady like me in, we get together, through the interwebs and do a collab together. And she suggested we do a Throwback Thursday together using the Nomad Verona palette. Apparently, she reminded me that I sent this palette to her when it came out, I think, which is hilarious because my memory is trash. But this is the color story. It's basically two 9-pan palettes, but I believe we are using it as it is an 18-pan palette, choosing 5 shades randomly because I've been doing like a palette bingo for Throwback Thursdays for 2025. Just thought we'd mix it up a bit, and this seems like a fun way to do it. So anyway, I will of course have Nikki's channel linked in the description box if you haven't already been to her channel. Before I started filming, I was watching one of her videos, and at this point she's only 5 away from 1,000 subscribers, which is just amazing for her. I love that. So if you aren't subscribed and you want to help her out, you should go watch some of her videos and subscribe to her channel. She's young and fabulous and energetic, and she calls them as she sees them, and she doesn't hold anything back. So just know that going in. She's awesome though. Okay, so I am going to set up my number generator for 1 through 18. All right, so there's my number generator, 1 through 18. The first, number 14. So I'm going across like I would any other palette. So the top 3 from love, the top 3 from death. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. All right, next, number 5. Okay, and then 3, and last but not least, 2. Okay, here's the thing. The eyeshadows, or many of the eyeshadows, no, many of the shimmer eyeshadows in this palette, hard pan, which just means that you have to rough it up a bit. Get a little aggressive with the eyeshadows with a spoolie or whatever you feel like using to scratch it up. So these swatches are not good, but it's just so I know which ones I'm using. So first shade we picked was Comedy, and then Moors, and then Poison, Balcony, and Cupid. I think this is lovely. I'm very excited for it. 3 shimmers, 2 mattes. Can't be mad about that. So let me go figure out what I'm gonna do. I'll come right back and I'll put these on and see how it turns out. Okay, I think I have a tentative plan. I'm going to do Poison on the outer corner area, and then I'll use Balcony on the inner and transition, and then I think we'll use Comedy and Cupid for my lid, and then we'll probably end up using Moors as like inner corner or lower lash line. So I'm going to go in ever so gently with the Poison shade because I foolishly did my face thinking, I was gonna get, I don't know, I wasn't thinking I was gonna end up with a dark blue, but I am really excited to see if I can make this work. It's a pretty darn good color story, if you ask me. I've been getting really, like, I don't know, lucky or easy-ish color combinations with these palette bingos, which is, you know, all well and good. I'm fine with that. But I also am looking forward to more challenging color stories. I'll probably be very, very sorry that I said that at some point, but I'm just going to bring this along the outer portion of my lower lash line as well. Normally I would do this and then, you know, add a little bit more after I cleaned up my under eye, but I did not give myself that option today. So just doing everything now. It's so pretty. It's so, so, so beautiful. Did you order the new Nomad palette yet? Are you going to? Okay, that looks amazing. Since we're not here for 20 million hours, I'm going to do just the one eye, and then I'll go off camera to the other one. So now we're going to go in with Balcony, which is that beautiful pink. I'm so excited for this. Oh yeah. I'm not going to mix the two here yet because it's going to affect excuse me, whichever brush I use, and I don't want to do that just yet. That's totally gonna work though. Yay! A little bit more, and same, I'm not gonna blend yet, just going to lay it down. We'll blend it eventually. Yes! Oh, I like that. Okay, you know what? Let me go do the mattes on the other eye off camera, and then I'll come back once everything is blended and we'll do the shimmer shades. That way I don't have to worry about not yucking up my brush with blue or pink. Okay, I think I've got that blended pretty okay. So, oh hey, look, it matches my earrings. Now we get to use some shimmers. I'm going to insert photos like I did with the mattes, and just, I used my tweezers and just kind of scratched at it a little bit, and I'm going to wet my brush and apply the shimmer shades like that. Perhaps if my face wasn't done, I would maybe go in with that dry brush first, but since my face is done and I really would like to avoid as much fallout as possible, I'm gonna wet the brush. Let's go with Comedy first. You can see I really just like roughed that right up with my tweezers. It's definitely not gonna hurt the eyeshadow. Now I'm just giving the eyeshadow itself a bit of a squirt on my brush. I'm glad I decided to go with this shade out here. It's, when I swatched it, I mean, because it's the hard pan, you can barely even tell that it's there. But it's such a great eyeshadow. I love, love, love this color so much. So good. I'm just getting a bunch more on my brush, and then I'm going to wet the eyeshadow on my brush. Oh yeah, that is awesome. I did manage to get a little bit in my eye, but that's okay. Just cleaning off my brush a little bit, and then we'll go in with Cupid. My brush is still pretty wet, so I'm going into the Cupid shade. When it's roughed up like that, it's kind of just like using a loose pigment, you know? You could totally use it without wetting it. I'm not doing that because, like I said, my face is done. And I'd rather not get the fallout, but you totally can. Heck, you could even spray the eyeshadow in the pan if you wanted to. I originally thought I would put this shade closer to the blue, which I probably maybe should have done, but I don't know. I think maybe the red is too dark to be on the inner. I don't know, maybe it's not. Maybe I will overlap them. I never used to layer and mix and match shimmers or multi-chromes, in case these are multi-chromes, or at least duochromes. But I saw Titanium Foxes on Instagram, and it looks like she just layers and layers and layers, and everything looks so cool. So I just put Cupid over Comedy. Now I'm going back into Comedy. I'm not going to bother cleaning off my brush at this point. And layering that over Cupid on the inner. I have no idea what this is going to do. It's probably just going to make a pink, but since we're here, we might as well play, right? That is pretty cool. It definitely changes how it looks in different lighting. Man, I love makeup. I'm going back in with a little bit more of Comedy. Just to add a little bit more. Wow. I really have to remember to layer my multi-chromes and shimmers. That is super. Back in with a little bit more Comedy, which is the red. Oh yeah. Oh wow. I love this. That is awesome. I've made a bit of a mess on my lower lash area. Go back in. What? Oh, she thinks I said Siri. That scared me. A little bit more of the poison shade just to boop over where the matte and the shimmer meet up. I made a bit of a mess on my lower lash line. I cleaned up as well. So now when I look, it looks like a blue, purple, pink shimmer where I put the matte blue over. Okay, this turned out to be way too fun. So let me go clean up a little bit of a mess I made, finish the other eye, whack on some mascara and some liner, and I'll come back and show you the finished look. All right, all we have left to use is Moors, and I'm going to wet fill. That is my motor brush. I love this brush for my inner corner, my lower lash line. It is amazing. It's the perfect shape, so I'm going to Moors with that. And I did the same thing to the shade. I really just roughed it up. I'm going to put that all on my lower lash area. You know what I'm going to do? I think I might just squirt Moors right in the pan. I did put the pink matte shade down here too, but I'm going to go in pretty heavy with Moors on the inner and lower. I want it to be part of the look, not just like a little something to say I used it. You know what I mean? I love an eyeshadow palette bingo so much. Do you see what I mean about this brush? It's just like the perfect size, the perfect shape. I got a little out of control right in there, but I think it's gonna be okay. Now let's see, what if I pull it up? Oh, that's cool. This has been one of my favorite things to do on the inner part of my eye lately. It's just like swoop up. I love that. Okay, now you know, like that's part of the look. There you go. And again, Fill is the perfect brush for the swoop. I've not tried it with any of my other brushes, so I don't know how successful I would be with a different brush, but I love this brush. I hope nothing ever happens to it because it's the only one I have. I'm pretty sure Erica just got one. She won a giveaway, and at the time I'm filming this, I haven't seen it yet, but I did see she uploaded a video talking about her new motor brushes, and I cannot wait to hear what she thinks of Phil. He's the best. It's my absolute favorite brush for inner. Man, that's fun. I did not anticipate this look being like this when I got these eyeshadows, but I did use them all. I used them all in a way that clearly says I use them. Well, I mean, the layering of Comedy and Cupid definitely changed. Like, you can't tell there's a red and a pink, but I think it's okay. Hopefully Nikki thinks so too. I love this, and I love her. She's such a sweet girl. I don't know why she likes an old lady like me, but she does seem to, so that's pretty cool. Also wanted to mention real quick, I used the pink, what was that called? Oop. Balcony. The pink shade Balcony as kind of like a blush topper. I was wearing just very like almost bronzer blush because I didn't know what I was going to end up doing. So I just used a bit of that eyeshadow as a little bit more blush, and I really like that. Anyway, hopefully you're going to go there and watch her videos now, and if you're coming from there and you've never been here before, hey, thanks for coming over. I'm not nearly as cool as Nikki, but I do appreciate you stopping by. All right, hopefully you liked this. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Either way, I appreciate you hanging out with me today. Be good, and remember to be kind to you.